charity event, not a single disaster or calamity hit to Richmond or Virginia or US, where our community stand up and open their pockets, their efforts, their time, and try to help those people who are suffering day and night. Either the COVID-19 epidemics, where we provided the rations to many families for many months. We helped them in any epidemics. We helped them if any charity organization come, try to start or maintain any hospitals or free clinics. In Richmond locally, we are doing a lot of charity work, supporting different free clinics our doctors are going and doing. We have many platforms available. One is APNA, then our Al Islamic Center, especially ICVA. We're providing different charity projects. So this is a very characteristic of the Richmond Muslim community and Pakistani community and others, which is actually a very important characteristic of Muslim. As a Muslim, in Quran, there are many, many verses Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has emphasized the importance of the charity, either secretly or openly. And the reward is enormous. And the enormous is the point that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that the reward which we kept for the people who give the charity, none of the eyes have seen and none of the ear have heard. And then there's another verse where it says, if you put up, I may not be translating right, but the meaning is that if you put a seed, then it has the 7 branches, and 7 branches has a 7 another branches, and the 7 other branches has the 7 seeds and 7. So it's like a multiplication of the 7, which become infinity. So the charity is such a huge blessing of the Muslims to utilize to make our life in this world pleasant, as well as that will be our main saving, or that might be the only saving in the life thereafter. The ChildLife Foundation, I think the Brother Zaki and many others will give more, Dr. Shahab and Dr. Samdani will give more lights on it. But one thing which is noteworthy, which I want to mention, in 2010, our Dow Medical College, my class, 1989, batch number 2, we gathered at one meeting, one of the APNA meeting, and we were deciding that what we can do to give back to the Dow Medical College, who enable us to be a doctor and to be here. And we have different projects under consideration, and we concluded, let's start a pediatric urgent care in civil hospital, where is our main hospital where I got our trainings. So that seed, that small plant, our 100 of class graduates planted in 2010. We supported, and we're still supporting it, but totally we supported at least 5 years with our donations to continue it. That small plant, that small seed become a big tree. Those branches are spread all over the Pakistan. In the remote areas, they established such a class of art, urgent care, telemedicines, that you get the consultant services. If somebody is sitting in Dhogi or in Ladakana or in very small remote village where there's no ambulance, no doctors, no nothing available, and they get that treatment, very high care, right there with the doctor sitting in the civil hospitals, and they're doing the telemedicine, and they are providing the excellent care and saving children's life right and left. I'm not sure that you guys know about it because we are living in very developed country. In Pakistan, the children are dying right and left. Just a very simple disease is dehydration. Just a dehydration kill many children. Forget about other big diseases and other illnesses. Just simple dehydration which can be treated with the oral rehydration solution or IV line. And those children are dying because we do not have those resources at that time when I was a medical student. So alhamdulillah, we have done enormous job. Child Foundation got a very sincere leadership and they are doing excellent and marvelous job. And 2 years ago, Richmond got another very peculiar, very noteworthy, very characteristic achievement that we sponsored their pharmacy. And if you go to Civil Hospital, it says Virginia Apna Chapter Pharmacy. And we have been maintaining that for last 2-3 years. So now they are here again to give more details. One more thing I want to tell, we have given donations to many charity organizations, supported many hospitals, but the ChildLife Foundation is the only organization who is coming back to give us the audit report of the donation which we have donated to them, that how did they utilize their donation. Also, their overhead expense is very minimal as compared to the other organization which their overhead expense, their officials, their organizers get a huge salary and ticket and this, that, but their overhead expense is very minimal. So that's a very beautiful thing for this organization. I will conclude my talk with the appreciation and thankful and a lot of thanks to all of us, our Richmond community, as well as the administrators, the organizers, who is keeping that ChildLife Foundation alive and thriving and going across the country. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much. And I asked Dr. Rais just right now, like 10-15 minutes ago, to say a few words, and he said it. He accepted it so graciously and spoke so eloquently. So thank you so much. And just to say a few words about ChildLife Foundation, I was a pediatrician in Pakistan, and I worked in Civil Hospital Karachi firsthand. So I had tears in my eyes when I went back and saw what ChildLife has done to those emergency rooms. When we had butterflies and cannulas in our lab coat pockets, and we had some needles boiling in the water, and the ink bottles with the rubber caps, we used to use them for collecting the CSF while we were doing the spinal taps in the ER. So those things have transformed so much that now they have 2 pharmacists present 24 hours, 7 days a week in 3 shifts, making sure that the medicines are delivered correctly and the doctors are not making any mistakes. So they have FCPS level physicians serving in person at the ER and also doing the telemedicine. Talking about the overhead and the humility of the staff and the organizers, I just want to share this very touching and moving story that happened yesterday. I called Shehzad, and Shehzad is visiting us from Pakistan. He just came a week ago, and he had a presentation in Nashville. So he was coming from Nashville to Richmond yesterday, and I called him. I said, Shehzad, kahan ho? So he said that I am in Fort Lauderdale. So I said, bhai, udhar kyun chale gaye? To bilkul all the way dusri direction hai. So he said, I started traveling at 9 a.m. because direct flight was expensive. So I took a connecting flight So connecting flight was from Nashville to Fort Lauderdale. He had to sit there for 4 or 5 hours, and then he came to my house for dinner around 8 p.m. So about 12 hours he spent at the airport flying just to save maybe $200. So he didn't say all that. He didn't even mention that to me. But I mean, my heart was touched, and I was so impressed that I said, well, I'm with the right guys, and may Allah bless them and give more courage to do what they are doing, providing state of the art, the best care possible in Pakistan to 2 million children without any cost. So Shehzad is the director of communications, and I'm very glad that he is here. So Shehzad, it's all yours. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good evening everyone, and thank you for being here. Thank you Dr. Izman and Dr. Rais for the wonderful introduction. हम लोग पाकिस्तान से बहुत नेगेटिव ख़बरें सुनते हैं और मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम नेगेटिव न्यूज़ आ रही होती हैं. But today, inshallah, I will be sharing some good news with you. So, let's talk about a topic that touches the heart of every parent, and that is the health of our children, and the safety of our children. So, imagine being a parent in a crowded room, emergency room, where every second counts, and your child's life depends on the emergency care, which he might not receive in time. This is the heartbreaking reality for the children of Pakistan. Imagine that these children are from every corner of this map represented here. So this is not just a statistic. These are the lives we have the power to save. I want you to remember this slide and tell you the first good news, that ChildLife Foundation will be treating 2 million children free of cost in emergency rooms across Pakistan this year, inshallah. So let's begin with mothers. I was in civil hospital ER, which I visit almost thrice a week. I was standing at the gate, and this mother comes up to me crying with her child in her arms, and he had turned blue. He was not breathing. And I asked her what had happened. उसका सिर्फ एक ही sentence था, मेरे इस बच्चे को बचा लो. So we immediately took the child to the resuscitation room without any further delays. And we found out that this child was taken to a nearby clinic where he was given the wrong medication. He was suffering with a high-grade fever, he was having fits, and on top of that, he got the wrong injection, which he could not bear, and that's why she had to bring him to the emergency room. So I'll show you a small video of this mother. Let's see what she has to say.
रोती